Yes, that is what it's called, Joy. So,
In case you missed it, what?
oh, so you want me to just pick it up from there? Okay. So, nobody missed this. It's a first day back at school today for like 24 school districts across Metro Atlanta. We're talking a bunch of schools, including ours, which is Cherokee County. So, my girls were, it's like, please go to bed on time, make sure your alarm goes off on time. So, we pack our lunches. Like, my girls don't buy lunches at school, except for when I don't know and I get that little alert that says your child has a balance. And I'm like, wait a minute, did you not pack your lunch today? But that's what we're talking about today is school lunches and breakfast. So there are some changes coming to what your children are going to get in the lunchroom. The nation school meals are getting a makeover under new nutrition standards. So the U.S. Department of Agriculture acknowledges that the new standards announced them back in April. So what they basically do is they limit added sugar for the very first time and also lowers the amount of sodium in children's meals. The limits on added sugars would be required in the 2025-26 school year, starting with foods like cereal, yogurt, and flavored milk. Remember getting the chocolate milk?
What?
So,
Yes.
yeah, so by the fall of 2027, added sugars in school meals would be limited to no more than 10% of your total calories per week for breakfast and lunch. And for sodium, the goal is to reduce that to 10% in breakfast and 15% in lunch by 2027. So really the aim of this plan really is to improve nutrition and align with national dietary guidelines. So if you're packing lunches for your kids at home, the guidelines say that you need to switch out the sugary items for foods that are high in calcium, potassium, fiber, vitamin D, and iron. So there you go. I mean, we always think about healthy lunches, but I have to admit it's kind of the bane of my existence when the girls were little, because you're always like, what the heck are we going to pack for lunch? It's the same old sandwiches every day.
I like peanut butter and jelly
You know?
is not really that
I
healthy,
know,
is it?
peanut butter and jelly, or maybe like a turkey sandwich.
Yeah.
We try to mix it up a little bit.
Well,
And anyway,
it's honestly, I'm listening to the guidelines. I'm like, oh, maybe I should be on the school lunch plan. Maybe that'll help me get my summer by.
well, you're vegan, right? So
I know, but you know what? French fries are vegan, and so are Oreos.
Oh.
So that doesn't necessarily mean anything, Gravier.
So I didn't think about that, but I guess you're right there. Are you a coffee drinker? That's the other
Oh
thing.
yes, oh yeah, and
So-
I feel like I mean, especially with back to school, I think we're a lot of coffee drinkers right now.
You know what? So I'm a huge coffee drinker. I mean, if I had to say, it's like the first thing, even on weekends. And when I'm at my parents', the best thing is when my sister or my dad or somebody, I get up in the morning and I smell the coffee and I think, oh, somebody's already made the coffee. I don't even have to make it this morning. But looks like all of us coffee lovers are going to be paying a little bit more to get our fix because coffee prices are getting higher. And climate change may be to blame. So last month, the International Coffee Organization reported that prices hit a 13-year high, averaging $2.27 per pound. Roasters and coffee experts say it is because of climate change, because coffee beans are more sensitive to changes in temperature than other crops. Now, if you love Starbucks, a little bit of good news for you, I suppose. You're not really going to see higher prices just yet because the company buys coffee far in advance and they used a fixed price contracts. But since we're already paying, $57.20 for a venti,
Oh my goodness!
I guess
that what it
we're
is
going to
now?
be paying anyway.
Listen, Gravier, I don't even know how much it costs because I stopped going to Starbucks. I mean, no offense if you love Starbucks, but I was just like, wow, I can't afford to spend money like this on coffee.
That is the truth. So my girls have kind of gotten, they're 16 now. So it's that, hey, Mom, can we go to Starbucks? And so they have their own accounts. And I'm like, okay, long as you pay for it. And all of a sudden they're starting to notice how much is coming out of their little
Isn't that funny?
pot.
Isn't that funny when the kids have to pay their own bill? How
Yes.
they pay attention to
They
it.
do pay attention, a little bit more attention. So anyway, some news when it comes to your coffee and your children's school lunches. And by the way, happy first day back at school for all of those parents and the young people and teachers, and I hope it's awesome.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Well, thank you so much,
You bet.
Gravier. So appreciate it. Okay, so here's another change in some school districts, one in particular, talking about cell phones. So Marietta City Schools is rolling out a new cell phone policy today. The school board banned them for middle school students. So the phones are going to be placed in special pouches, or have been placed, at the beginning of the day. And students get them back when the final bell rings. A similar policy also going into effect at a Midtown high school in Atlanta. School officials say they want kids just more focused on learning, not on TikTok and things like that. Carly Barnett has more.
Locked away in these yonder pouches during school hours.
I think there are a lot of teachers, not just in Marietta, but throughout Metro Atlanta, who feel like they're losing the battle when it comes to student learning and cell phones.
Superintendent Grant Rivera and the board say this is one way they hope to be part of the solution.
Research has told us that a student of this age gets somewhere between 200 and 250 notifications a day on their phone.
I'm in full support of it.
Kayla Sargent has 2 middle schoolers. She's also part of a group that surveyed students, teachers, and parents about the pouches. The results overwhelmingly in favor.
It doesn't take much interaction with a young person to see that phones can be distracting.
But there is one concern that kept coming up.
They want to see that kids can access their phones if there's an active shooter, and unfortunately that's a reality living in America today. So the school district needs to respond to that, and I think they're doing that with pouches instead of a full ban.
Jeff Hubbard, president of Cobb County Association of Educators, hopes this will ultimately make students more engaged.
It's going to be how school was when all of us older adults were first used to it, when we didn't have cell phones, when we raised our hands, when we asked questions.
This sound will soon become synonymous with the school bell. In a unanimous vote Tuesday.
And now to a story that we hope is going to bring some inspiration to many parents who are struggling. So a life-threatening diagnosis, obviously it's something that a parent never ever wants to hear. But a Georgia mom is using her son's health story to encourage other parents to stay hopeful. Atlanta News First reporter Sawyer Bussey has her story.
He golfs, he skateboards, he runs. He has the life right now of a normal 8-year-old, a future doctors were unsure about. Kholson was born with 3 very serious heart defects.
About 30 weeks is when we got the full diagnosis of his heart condition.
He's had 3 open heart surgeries and countless other procedures. His last surgery was when he was almost 4 years old.
I had a lot of panic attacks, to just thinking about what ifs.
He is brave. He is a superhero.
The future is kind of uncertain right now. At some point, Kholson will need a heart transplant.
We were meant to be his parents, he was meant to be our kid, and we were meant to go through everything we did.
He's been treated for years at Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. Some of the procedures he had there were game-changing. At one point, his family saw pink nail beds, a sign oxygen was flowing well in Kholson's body.
I want other people to know that if your child is diagnosed with something, that no matter what it is, if the doctors say there's a chance, there's a chance. And that, you could be on this side of it with us, where he's healthy, 8 years old.
Kholson's mom is hoping other parents cling to the possibility that regardless of their diagnosis, their child could have a future that's happy, maybe even normal.
And, when we're talking about children who are battling life-threatening diseases, that's what our St. Jude Dream Home giveaway is all about. And we just want to remind you, this giveaway is still going on. And, look at this beautiful neighborhood. This is in Cumming, Georgia, and that is where this brand new $675,000 home is located. And again, this is still available. It's not too late for you to enter if you're still interested in doing that, and if you're still interested in supporting this amazing cause as well. Let me just show you some footage of the St. Jude campus here. And our goal here is, we're helping raise $2 million for sick children in the metro area who are being treated at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. And we're more than halfway there. You can help us reach our goal with the St. Jude Dream Home giveaway that we've been talking about. And if you're interested in this, just take out your phone. You can get a $100 ticket to win that brand new home. Let me show you this footage of the home once again. This is a 4-bedroom dream home filled with top-of-the-line appliances, fixtures, with a work-from-home office or bedroom on the lower level as well. To show you just how real the Dream Home giveaway is, take a look at last year's winner.
Hello. Oh, it's beautiful.
Dixie Smith and her husband Cleveland could not believe it. She won the 2023 St. Jude Dream Home.
Welcome to your new home. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. It's more beautiful than the pictures. This is amazing. So this is a kitchen, Dixie and Cleveland, that y'all could really entertain in. You know what I mean? Upgraded Bosch appliances everywhere. You can stay in your bed and start the oven.
Wow,
start
that
the
sounds
coffee
great.
maker.
Dixie says she's been watching the virtual tour of the St. Jude Dream Home again and again.
How different does it seem now being in it?
I don't. It seems bigger being in it, and I guess it seems more real.
And on the walls of this dream home, a reminder of who it's all for, the children of St. Jude.
It's a wonderful organization, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Would you like to head upstairs?
Oh, I'm ready.
And the showstoppers for Dixie, the primary suite and bathroom.
Wow. Oh my goodness. Wow. It's just amazing. Wow. Awesome.
Dixie is a Make-A-Wish volunteer. That's why she's been supporting St. Jude Dream Homes across the Southeast for nearly 20 years.
So when they started doing the Dream Home in Tupelo, I thought it was just amazing. So of course I started entering, and then I started doing it like for 4 different towns in the Southeast, just as a fun game to do. I never thought I'd really win.
So if you want to enter our St. Jude Dream Home giveaway, obviously it's an amazing cause. All you have to do is just text Dream Home to 470-777 WANF, or you can go to atlantanewsfirst.com/dreamhome, what you see on your screen right now. And again, a $100 ticket could get you a brand new home, could also get you a brand new car, as we've been showing you. Again, and many other prizes up for grabs. Go to atlantanewsfirst.com/dreamhome or text Dream Home to 470-777 WANF.